I want to ask you first, actually, how did you hear about the program?
I think that it was from a colleague uh, that was like exploring the possibility of taking the program. So he told me about the program. I got interested, and then I decided to pursue the certification.
And you decided to pursue the certification. And what was your objective for pursuing the certification?
Well, to strengthen my foundations in treasury risk management, I think I love a quote from Murad, which is the balance sheet is everything. So it is very true. In,
Yeah.
in, in, in banks, balance sheet is everything. So to have a solid background on best practices, on how to support, manage ALCO ramifications, it's really important. It's crucial. So
Okay.
for me, it was really important to try to adapt what I do on a day-to-day basis to best practices.
Brilliant. Okay. And so when you went through the program, what did you find to be the most, in terms of day-to-day, best practices, what did you find to be the most useful and practical aspects of this program?
Oh, I think that in my case, that I perform like this task on a day-to-day basis, like ALCO, like a balance sheet modeling, like balance sheet based management, and so on. The most interesting piece of the program was the possibility to contrast uh, my current practices with best practices. So probably in some cases, I just had to adapt a bit my current practices in order to broaden the scope of the practice of asset and liability management. But this like a tiny or minor change when we adapt our practices to best practices, it's like really important, like a big change. Let me put you some examples. Like since I finished the program, we started to define and to like put into place very solid policies for interest rate risk management, solid policies for liquidity risk and liquidity management, solid policies for capital management, and solid policies for fund transfer prices. So this stuff was part of my day to day. There was like solid standards in the bank for these four layers of action from the ALCO. But we like put these policies in order to put together like clear guidelines on what we do in like I think in a solid manner to have like clear guidelines on these four topics. So this is like an interesting example.
Super. That's amazing to hear, actually, that the program actually gave you the content of the program enabled you to put new policies in place in the bank in which you work. And if you were to give advice to future delegates considering the program, what would it be?
Well, I myself am encouraging the people in my team to go and take the program, especially the guys that are involved in the balance sheet risk management, balance sheet modeling, and so on. Because as I was saying, it represents like a very sound tool to adapt, but also to learn like global practices, best practices, sometimes to see and to like understand that in some cases you are making things very good according to best practices and global practices, but in other aspects you might get realized that at some point you need to adapt a bit more, you need to work a bit more in order to reach that that level of best international standards.
You've described everything brilliantly. I think we'll end it there because it sounds.
Let me do something, Geoff. Let me do something. So I'm very proud now that I have my certificate.
Superb, absolutely brilliant, and you've got it framed as well. Fantastic.
Yeah, with well frame and so on. Thank you, Geoff.
Again, and really well done. Take care and all the best. Talk to you soon.
Take care, Geoff. Bye-bye.